Welcome to the Nasso edition of the short Vort. In this week's parsha, we discuss the Korbanos of the Nisim. The 12 tribes each gave identical Korbanos by the Chanukas HaMishkan, one on each day. Now, the parsha happens to be one of the longest, actually the longest parsha in the Torah, with 176 psukim, and 72 of these psukim are related to the parsha of Nisim. Now, since they were all the same, we really didn't need all the psukim reviewed, and we have a policy that the Torah never wastes a word. We can always learn a lesson from that. So what is the reason why we have a repetition of all the parshios for the Korbanos of the Nisim? So one explanation is, even though the words are identical for us, when it comes to, the Medrash explains that there are Kabbalistic and other reasons why that behind the scenes, that were the kavanos, the intentions of the words of the korban, and therefore they're each distinct. But perhaps something that could be more mundane and more that connected to what we can associate with, it's something like, when you have a wedding, that you have one person has their wedding, and the next person comes along and they have to take the same thing and then add on something special to outdo the other person, and the third person has to do even better, so the wedding becomes wedding plus plus. So until someone becomes rational and stops this madness, this can accelerate and create friction in the community, and we don't want that. Now, when it came to these korbanos, there could have been competition between the different Nasiim, because each one might have tried to outdo the other one. But the second Nasi, the one of Yisachar, he suggested or showed by example that he's not going to one-up the first korban, he's going to do identically. In this way, there would be unity in Klal Yisrael, and all the other Nesiim, they followed in this path, and all the korbanos were identically brought. There was no difference between them. Hashem loved this so much that he wanted to share this lesson of how much he loved the Achdus of the Bnei Yisrael, that he chose to enumerate every single one of these korbanos, that they were special. And to top it off, normally a korban yachid, an individual's korban, is not brought on Shabbos. Only korbanos tzibur, only communal sacrifices could be brought on Shabbos. But because Hashem loved this, and since if you have 12 different Nesiim and each one bringing on successive days, one day is going to be a Shabbos, so therefore Hashem wanted to show how much he loved these korbanos, that even though normally he wouldn't take a korban of a yachid, this time he would take the korban of the yachid in this special situation. May we always have achdus, especially as we approach the holiday of Shavuos, and Matan Torah, which says, "Vayichad Sham Yisrael neged Ahar ki ish echad b'leiv echad." Have a wonderful week.